Blyth Spartans are the visitors for tonight's National League North game at Blackwell Meadows. The home side make 2 changes, bringing in Joe Wheatley for his first start of the season and Terry Galbraith replacing Josh Heaton, who drops to the bench. Cameron Holliday and Brandon Morrison also feature on the bench for the first time this season. The away side haven't won this season and they make 4 changes as they look to reverse that problem. Lewis Horner, Lewis Hawkins, Jake Orrell and Scott Fennick come in. Rhys Evans, Joachim Mwanda and Oliver Scott drop to the bench, with Chris Mason dropping out of the 16 altogether.
I think Blyth Spartans will be very happy with this. Darlington haven't really laid the gloves so far. Neither team have, to be fair.
I think it's, as you said, it's all just a bit bitty at the moment, isn't it? Neither team have really gotten hold of it. Darlington had a bright opening minute, forcing a couple of corners and a penalty shout, but it's just all
gone all the way across, and that's a goal-bound header there, just saved by Elliott out of nothing. There was arguments for a throw-in, and one of the Blyth players just swung a boot at it, and it landed on the Blyth head. So Elliott needed to just dive to his left and control that one. Ball's now with Rivers, one of the former Blyth Spartans men, of course, and Rivers is going to try and run at his man, but he's forced inside. Gives it to Hatfield. Hatfield wearing his lime boots tonight, gives it to Wheatley, who in turn passes it on to Galbraith. We're just on the halfway line. Still no goals if you're just joining us. Hatfield's tried to turn one around the corner there, but there's nobody on the same page, so Darlington lose possession again. There's a runner through the middle here. Elliott's come and gone back again. It's into the box as a chance, and it's the first goal for Blyth Spartans. Callum Roberts. Elliott half came and went back again. The ball was straight through the middle of the fullback and the defender, ran straight onto it, and Roberts slides it into the bottom corner. And that opening goal goes the way of the visitors.
It does. It's we talked about possibly wanting an early goal to settle some nerves. We didn't necessarily want Blyth Spartans to be the one scoring it, unfortunately, but too easy again for Darlington opposition. Just a simple ball through the middle. Roberts is in. Keeper comes, thinks twice about it, and easy finish across Chris Elliott into the corner, and Darlington find themselves behind.
Yet again, as we've said since the first home game of the season, Darlington vulnerable in that space between centre-back and goalkeeper. And you'd have to say, Blyth Spartans in the opening 11 minutes have been the better team, Mike. You know that. Ball's back with Darlington. We'll come back and discuss that maybe in a little bit. Obviously, we've got no replays to go check, but at the moment, Hatfield's in the corner and he plays it back to Watson. Watson plays the ball across the edge of the 18-yard box, and Elliott's beaten to it in the air. It's a good leap by Lewis Ritson. Darlington pick up the ball again, this time with Atkinson. Atkinson's on the ball looking for an outlet. It's Campbell, I think, who's wide on that far side. Now plays the ball to Rivers, comes inside. Thompson takes a touch, nice shot. There's the equaliser for Darlington. Adam Campbell has the equaliser, and that was beautifully worked. My beautifully worked goal from the Quakers.
It was. It's only taken us 2 minutes to get level, and it's a great move that's done it. It's another one of those where we talk about how we score great goals. That's another one of them. Well worked down the right hand side, and then the layoff into the area. I think it's Thompson, isn't it? Leaves the final touch on it to just set Campbell to stroke it home. Similar finish to Roberts at the other end, right footed across the keeper, and the Quakers are level.
Beautiful, beautiful goal from Darlington there. They were sort of prompted into that by that opening goal from the visitors, but they've taken no time at all to get back on level terms.
A goal at each end that perhaps sums up the season so far. Soft one conceded by the Quakers and a great one scored by them.
Pretty emphatically. Campbell's chasing after the man there, and he's managed to keep the ball in. Campbell comes inside to Hatfield. Hatfield drops it back to Wheatley. Wheatley, who's come into the game a little more in these last few minutes. Long time out with injury, of course. Ball's now with Rivers, just in front of the home team dugout. Campbell's played one around the corner and the flag stayed down, so Holness breaks into the box. Holness with a chance. Holness shoots, takes a deflection, just goes wide. Very presentable chance that by the overlapping fullback Holness.
Nice to see it. We haven't seen an overlapping fullback too much in the last few games, with Trotman of course missing, but
going to have a corner here from the right hand side. It's an outswinger. It's one to compete for. It's headed goal bound, it's headed off the line. Galbraith with a goal bound header. Ball's played wide again now. That was a smart bit of defending on the line. Rivers is still on it. Plays the ball goal bound again. It's headed clear again. Ball's this time with Watson on halfway. Watson finds a little ball to Galbraith, who's still in the forward position, and he gets the return back. Watson's looking for some movement by Thompson there, but there wasn't really anywhere to play that ball. And it's eventually hooked clear by Blyth Spartans. Fennick.
Not away on international duty this weekend or this week.
I thought you said the Bermudan Triangle there for a minute.
I've been waiting for all three of them to be on the pitch.
Well, there's one of them Jamaican. They're not all Bermudan, are they?
Possibly, actually. I apologise.
You
are right. I think Omar might be Jamaican, actually. My bad. Darlington coming forward now on the right hand side. Holness has the ball now, dinks one into the area. O'Neill brings it down on his chest, can't make the space for the shot. He's got one away now though, and it's just over. Caught a deflection on the way through. Hatfield to Thompson. Thompson rides a challenge, cuts in through the middle. Thompson's on a charge through the middle now and cut in from the left. He plays it out to Jarrett Rivers on the right and then keeps going. Thompson's in the box now along with Campbell and O'Neill. Holness is on the overlap. Holness lays it across and it's cleared for another Darlington corner.
Darlington with another corner. I'm not keeping count of these, but we must be
racking
close
them up to double figures, if not there already. Taken low this time to Hatfield. Takes a couple of touches, brings it over his shoulder, has a shot deflected, and guess what? It's another corner.
Stephen Thompson, I think that was there, Mike, because as he was on the ball, I was trying to remind myself how many goals he's on now.
96, I believe.
96 now, isn't it?
Thompson lays it back to Watson. Watson across to Galbraith now, and then Galbraith to Lang. Lang pings one up the right-hand side. Rivers couldn't get to that one. So Blyth can come now up the left. Holness gets a foot in, wins the ball back well. Plays it to Rivers. Rivers have got O'Neill, Campbell and Thompson ahead of him. Rivers makes down the right-hand side. Cuts inside now, lays it across. Hatfield plays in O'Neill, and he shoots straight into the arms of Mark Foden, straight at the keeper. But another good move. Brings a chance for Darlo. As I think it's Robbie Dale trying to win the ball as it came back over the top, came long over the top. Fouling Lang, in the opinion of the referee tonight, Richard Aspinall, so Darlington get the free kick. Galbraith with it to Watson.
Plays it wide, looking for Thompson. Thompson on the left wing. Comes inside his man, tries to find a 1-2, gets the ball back, comes to O'Neill. O'Neill's got past the first man, but it's just booted clear there by the Blyth defender, and I rather think we might see quite a few of those in the second half if it stays 1-1.
Yep, I reckon so as well.
I think Blyth would be delighted with a point here tonight. Elliott's clearance is just kept in there, and Thompson and Campbell between them have picked a pocket, and Thompson comes onto the edge of the box, plays it inside to O'Neill. O'Neill with a chance to shoot, comes onto his left foot, gets the shot away, just wide of the post, just wide of the goalkeeper's right post there.
Thought for a second that might have caught a deflection, maybe took an extra touch before pulling the trigger, but not too far away. First chance of the half.
Hatfield rises in the air, tries to win a header, and then the ball's played over the top there towards Campbell. The flag stays down. Campbell's in a wide area, but he's got the pace to make it to the corner of the 18-yard box, where he comes inside onto his left foot. He takes a little half shove and gets a shot goal bound. Just takes a deflection on the way past to earn Darlington a corner.
It did. I think had Foden scrambling. I'm wondering whether he got fingertips to it as well, although it was already wide by the time he got any touch on it. But just for a second there, Campbell had the pace. Maybe needed to play the ball across. There were players charging in at the back.
O'Neill wins the header but sends it the wrong way. Fenwick's under the ball there for Blyth Spartans. Darlington Blyth just trying to turn Darlington, but Elliott's on the edge of his box to collect that ball and roll it out to Terry Galbraith, who makes a few yards forward on his left foot and tries to play in the crossfield ball, but he makes a mess of it, and Robbie Dale picks it up in space and he finds Wrightson. Wrightson's got Lang on the corner of the 18-yard box here. Is he going to come inside or outside? He goes outside, puts it all the way across, and if that had a touch, that would have spelt danger. Let's see if it's me, Mike. Let's see if it's me. About extra tickets tonight.
If you don't hear from Stu for about 20 more minutes, it was him. It wasn't me tonight, I know that, although I was closer than usual, just for a change. I was 2 digits away instead of about 4. Ball over from Foden. Lang and Roberts end up on the floor, but the referee gives nothing. Holness clears it back up the field again. Nodded away before it can get through to Campbell. Hatfield couldn't quite collect, and Blyth come forward again just on the edge of the centre circle. Hatfield sliding in to win the ball back, legally in the opinion of the officials. And Stephen Thompson brings the ball away down the left-hand side. Cuts inside now, looks for options, keeps going, has a shot right-footed. Always sailing wide. Darlington with the ball coming forward down the left-hand side, little dink over the top. O'Neill has it, nice little touch. Back heel, Campbell couldn't quite collect. Ball's going to run loose for Thompson. He's going to have a shot. He scores! What a hit!
Outstanding finish by Stephen Thompson. A rising, rasping drive makes it number 97 for Thompson, and tonight it makes it Darlington 2, Blyth Spartans 1. And if the goal net hadn't have been there, Mike, that ball would still be travelling.
It would. Someone in the tin shed would have a very sore head right now if there wasn't a net behind that ball, because Stephen Thompson absolutely leathered it. I don't know whether you could hear Scott there, but an octave higher than normal from Blackwell Meadows' favourite announcer. Number 97 for Stephen Thompson, number 2 on the night for Darlington. It gives the Quakers the lead. Darlington 2, Blyth 1.
Also means Blyth Spartans are going to have to show a little bit more going forward now, aren't they? As well, they haven't been kind of pack the bus tactics from Blyth, but clearly they're going to have to try and salvage something at the other end of the pitch.
To try and get something.
And you're right, Mike. It's about with the run of play, I'd say. Darlington haven't been dominant, but they've been the better team.
1 point all season. A draw against Bradford Park Avenue. They're the only game they haven't lost. They're behind in this one. Taken by Rivers. Drops onto the penalty spot, headed away. Hatfield nods it back in. Nodded away again. Looped over his head by Orrell. Holness is there to clear. O'Neill turns and has a crack. Decent effort, was it? O'Neill? No, it was Galbraith, actually.
Galbraith, who was still coming back.
Foden with the goal kick. Drops inside the Darlington half. Cleared. O'Neill tries to help it on his way. Couldn't. Nodded back by Wheatley. O'Neill gets a head on it this time, and Thompson will collect. Plays in Campbell. Campbell in a little bit of a race. He's got Blyth players behind him. He lays it to Thompson. Thompson cuts inside. Left footed. Plays in O'Neill. O'Neill gets a shot away. Foden down to save. Between the two dugouts. Nodded away by Galbraith. Doesn't leave the Darlo half though. Comes straight back down the right hand side. Ball cut across. Nobody gets a touch on it, do they? No. Out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I don't want to see Blyth Spartans go any closer at the Darlington goal, and that fizzed right all the way across. It only needed a touch. It didn't get a touch, but it only needed one. And
missed everyone on the way through, although a couple of the Blyth players saying to the referee, I think there, that they suspected a Darlington touch on it. Wanted a corner, didn't get one. Ball back again. Blyth just being pinned in their own half, but they've gone long. Nodded away. Not too far though. Blyth come again. Play the ball back to Mwanda. Mwanda out to Scott. He just gets enough on it, but it's not going to get through to Holness. And there is the final whistle. Darlington have won. And I think they deserved it.
Yeah, better team won on the night. I think Blyth Spartans tried ever so hard and gave everything that they had, battling down at the bottom of the table as they are. But Darlington had the bulk of the possession, bulk of the chances, bulk of the corners. And Stephen Thompson sealed it with a 75th minute rise and drive into the bottom corner.
First win in 4 for the Quakers. Much needed. Deserved. And it means that Blyth's winless start to the season continues. I think it's 8 or 9 now for them, and only 1 point to show for it.